Coming up on this week's Art Rocks, the best contemporary blues artist in the world, Kenny Neal.
I decided, hey, I don't want to be a side man. I want to do Kenny Neal. I want to do my thing. So I started to write my music, and it's just been great.
Blues Hall of Famer Lazy Lester talks blues too. Rufus Chalmers on capturing the energy of jazz in pastel colors.
Art is a language of peace. It brings people together.
Plus, Lake Charles' historic 1911 City Hall. That's all up right now on Art Rocks.
Art Rocks is made possible by the Foundation for Excellence in Louisiana Public Broadcasting and by viewers like you.
Hello, I'm James Fox Smith, publisher of Country Roads magazine, and welcome to Art Rocks. We begin today with one of the biggest musical names to come out of Baton Rouge and known throughout the nation, Kenny Neal. The Blues Foundation of Memphis has just named Kenny the best blues contemporary male artist of the year. He's also picked up the award for Best Contemporary Blues Album of the Year for Bloodline. Kenny has also received 2 Grammy nominations. But he wasn't the first Neal to make his mark on Louisiana's capital city. His father, the harpist Raful Neal, had his heyday back in the 50s and 60s, at a time when, in Baton Rouge, the blues was really rocking.
The Temple on North Boulevard. I used to go, Muddy Water would be there, Lil Walter, Howlin' Wolf, and it just growed into me. And after a certain while, I told my kids, I say, I don't know, we're not getting the right promotion with blues. I think y'all should play.
Back in '86, before I signed the record deal, I told the producer that I wanted to produce my dad before I signed anything.
You can't do your work, I can't do mine. You want me to call you all the time. Call me.
To follow up, I went back in and recorded a Kenny Neal CD. I started off in a little town called Irvinville, Louisiana. I was born in New Orleans, raised up in Baton Rouge, and I was very lucky to have people like Buddy Guy, Lazy Lester, Lonesome Sundown, all of these great guys who made great records back in the 50s, to be able to come up under them and absorb a lot of the music that they had to offer. And I do a pretty good job as keeping it alive today.
Down in Louisiana, where the blues bloodline run deep. Grandpa was a preacher, the apple don't fall far from the tree. Daddy sang the blues, and the bloodline go through me. Daddy gone, now I'm here to carry on the line. All the young ones come along, I got to pass it on. Blues bloodline run deep, I got the blues from my head to my heart.
I think we have something special because the type of music we have here is the folks who came from the Delta up north out of Mississippi and landed here and decided to stay in Louisiana. Then we got the Acadians, the French people over on the west side of here from Lafayette, Mamou, Opelousas, with the Cajun music. And then we got New Orleans with the ragtime and jazz and what they call funk music. So we're stuck in the middle of it, and we got our own style, which I call it swamp blues. but it's just a mixture of the Cajun, the Delta, and what they call ragtime before it was jazz. I left home working as a bass player with Buddy Guy in 1976, Buddy Guy and Junior Wells.
Have you ever been mistreated? Well, then you know just what I'm talking about.
10 years later, I decided, hey, I don't want to be a side man. I want to do Kenny Neal. I want to do my thing. So I started to write my music and learn about publishing and packaging and marketing and all of that stuff. I wrote my music. I got a record deal. And 3 years into my record deal, I got an offer from the Lincoln Center to come to New York and read for a play that Zora Neale Hurston and Langston Hughes wrote. And I went to New York, I read for the play, and much as I didn't want it, I got it. I had the lead role on Broadway for a couple of years with 27 people in my cast. And I never dreamed of going to Broadway. I just wanted to make it in the music business. When the Broadway show was over with, I ended up winning the Theater World Award for the most outstanding newcoming actor. And then I went on to pursue my music career, and it's just been great. The blues is bigger than it's ever been. I do about 20 countries a year, and I play. This year I'm headed to France, Belgium, and Spain in July, and then I come back. I work the States, and then I'm headed over to Poland, and we play Russia and places like that. So the blues is actually doing well and alive. And it's just that I need to have it happening here in my town where it come from, you know, down here in the South. So I'm just like reintroducing it to the younger generation. I just moved back from Palo Alto, California, and I've been gone for many years, and that's why we're at this place, to get young kids who want to learn how to play music and show their talent and have it available. And then I start to scout for artists. I'm looking for entertainers, artists, young artists that I can take in the studio and produce. That's my main goal.
Now that Kenny Neal's come back home to Louisiana, he's bringing back some of the bluesmen who made names for themselves in the early days of Baton Rouge's swamp blues scene and have since moved on. Here's Kenny performing with another Baton Rouge native and Blues Hall of Famer, Lazy Lester.
It's been a long, long time since I seen her smiling face. Oh, long time since I seen her smiling face. I'm down here in this lonesome prison. Someone else done took my place.
Although Lazy Lester now calls California home, not many folks know as much as he does about the early days of blues in Baton Rouge. We asked Neal and Lester to reminisce a little bit about the good old days, and you'll be impressed by some of the names that come up, including the Rolling Stones and Janis Joplin.
Well, tell me this, man. I know my dad, Raful Neal, and you and him started back in the early 50s. Was that 55, 56?
No, before then. What year you were born?
I was born in 57.
Ah, we was doing it already.
Y'all was already playing?
Oh yeah, we were playing before you was born.
Now, how y'all work your way up to Crowley, Louisiana with Jay Miller?
I was working with T.L. James.
T.L. James, who was that?
Oh, that's a big construction company.
Oh, okay, you was doing construction work.
Oh yeah, I started doing construction, and I caught the bus going in the rain, and so I could go out there and do that. And Lightning Slim was on the bus, and I knew who he was, but he didn't know
Lightning
who I
Slim,
was.
I like Lightning Slim.
Yeah, but I knew him, but he didn't know me.
Okay.
And I said, where you going, Lightning? And he said, who is this little me? I said, well, my name is Leslie Johnson, man. I said, I know you. He said, but I don't know you. And we just sat there and talked. I didn't say anything about music or nothing of the kind. I didn't tell him that I was on stage with his band or nothing of the kind. So when we got to Rain, I said, I'm gonna go on out here and see what's all this music stuff about that y'all doing, because he said he's going to record. So we got on out to Crowley, which was 7 miles down the road. We walked around to the music store 2 blocks away. And we got there, Lightning, well, you finally made it. Like, yeah, I finally made it. He said, who's the little fella you got with you? He said, he said his name is Leslie Johnson. And I introduced myself to him and just told him, I said, I just came along for the ride to see what all this recording stuff's about, you know. And I didn't tell him nothing. That's all I told him. He said, well, we're going to find Wild Bill Phillips so we can get this thing on the road, you know. So jumped in that big red convertible Cadillac I did bought with that song they did wrote for Kitty Wells, Honky Tonk Angels, wasn't God made Honky Tonk Angels? Yeah, he had bought that big red caddy. So we went on out to Beaumont, Port Arthur.
Now, who wrote that song?
Jay Miller.
Jay Miller, yeah.
He wrote that.
J.D. Miller.
Yeah,
yeah.
he went to Nashville and recorded Kitty. Great writer. He could write songs, man, just like that. Anyway, we got there to Port Arthur, Beaumont, Orange, looking for Wild Bill Phillips. No Wild Bill. And got back to Crowley. Miller got on the phone and called Miss Clemens and asked for Henry. And Henry, she said, Henry just left and gone to Baton Rouge. He's starting school at Southern University. He said, well, Lightning, what we gonna do for a harmonica player? Mr. Smarty Mouth said, well, I can play better than that stuff I heard now. And he looked at me and said, what? I said, I can play better than that, what I heard on those records. He said, oh, you gotta be kidding. I said, go get me an A and a G, because I had a beat up B flat in my pocket. He went and got me an A and a G, and when he brought it to me, I reached and got Lightning's K and tuned it, and that what blew his mind. I tuned the guitar with the G harmonica, yeah. And then he to him, he said, I said, Lightning, let me hear what you got. And he did, and I fell in with the harmonica. Jim Miller jumped up. He said, well, I be damned. Looking for him and got him right here with me. He said, why didn't you tell me? I said, you didn't ask. And that was it. That was his harmonica.
And then you started recording from there on. You started getting your record deal. Wow.
I started playing with him.
Right place at the right time.
Yep. But I played on the road with Sundown before I started playing with Lightning. And I recorded with Lightning before I recorded with Sundown.
Lonesome Sundown.
And then I recorded my first one in 1953, and it came out in 54.
And what was the name of that record?
I'm Gonna Leave You, Baby. I'm Gonna Leave You, Baby, and Lester Stump.
1953.
Yep. I got him right. I got him right here. And then the rest of it is history.
So, what are some of the biggest shows you did in your career?
Well, it was Lightning and I did some pretty big ones, some big gymnasium and stuff, you know. And we used to do the Pleasure Pier in Port Arthur. That's where I met Clifford Antone and this little Janis Joplin. They was both 11 years old. To straighten something out, I'm gonna tell you. They got all this junk about who was on that Slim Harpo King Bee. I'm tell you, James Taylor, that was a guitar player.
These are the people that was on Scratch My Back.
Yeah,
I never did know
James Taylor, Matthew Jacob, Boogie Woogie Jake, and little Pee Wee Johnson from Baton Rouge.
I didn't know him, yeah.
That's who was on that record, and I would have been there at the time, but Sundown and I was out on the road. When I came back that Monday, came in the shop and Jay said, Lester, I got something I want you to hear. I just recorded a guy from Baton Rouge calling himself Harmonica Slim. And he said, it sounds like it's something missing in this. So he put it on and I'm listening. I said, yeah, something missing. So I went over to my box and I got me a cardboard box and a brush. And I got okay, and I said, back it up, right off. Well, I'm a king bee, and that pop, that, he said, that, threw up both thumbs. He said,
that little slide you did on the king bee?
That slap on that cardboard box, that's where that beat is. So that's,
and that's you?
Yeah.
On King Bee?
Yeah. That's on that.
And that song went on to be recorded by the Rolling Stones.
Everybody, man.
And a whole bunch of more people.
Yeah. I haven't recorded it yet, but I'm going to record it.
No matter where you live in Louisiana, opportunities to connect with the arts are everywhere. The trick is knowing where to look. So here's a list of some goings-on coming up around the state. To learn more about these and other events in Louisiana, keep your eyes peeled for a copy of Country Roads magazine. And while we're at it, LPB's Art Rocks website features an archive of previous episodes, so to see any episode again, just log on to lpb.org. Jazz is another musical genre with roots planted deep in Louisiana soil, and jazz is what inspires Sacramento, California pastel artist Rufus Chalmers to put pencil to paper. The artist, who found his inspiration on the streets of New Orleans, gives his audiences a front row seat to performances by the icons of American jazz, making the music that has transported millions.
I've been drawing basically all my life. Started out drawing cowboys and Indians, you know, as a kid. I really think it's been a gift because there were times in my life, long periods of my life, that I dropped it. And every time I pick up a pencil and a pad, the talent was there. So I'm sure it was a God's gift talent. When I should have gone to school, I didn't. I had a chance to go to one of the biggest art schools back in the 60s when I was overseas in London, England. Of course, I didn't. And after I retired, I was still drawing, but believe it or not, I didn't start painting until about 5-6 years ago. I'm basically self-taught. I took a couple classes at the local college. And pastel is my favorite. I tried oil, I tried everything, every other media, but the pastel just seemed to be me. Now, the shades of gray, which you see in most of my paintings are now, I was drawn to that after a trip to New Orleans and happened to see an artist that worked in black, whites, and grays. I was stunned. I tried it and I loved it. And of course I like color too. I guess everything's experimental with me. We came from down south, and the first thing I do in any new place I go is check out the galleries. So we walked in the Artist Collaborative, and of course I wanted to brag that I was an artist. So they gave me a form to fill out, and I was to be juried in. I had just started to promote my work. I had been in a couple of galleries. There wasn't a lot of traffic. I won a couple prizes, and I just hadn't really got my feet off the ground. But when I got here and was able to join Artist Collaborative, everything just took off. And I just feel that people are getting to know who I am. Customers come in, whether it's their first time or whether it's, we definitely get a lot of repeats. People are coming from around the world. And from what I understand, it's getting bigger. The gallery just wrapped their arms around me and said, hey, you know, we love your work. And so far, it's been beautiful. I think art is important to the community because being a part of something that's part of this community, they come in, there's something to share with the whole world. You know, everywhere I go, you know, I got to pull out my card and, you know, with a big smile. I'm an artist, you know, and I belong to Artist Collaborative, you know, and I found out having galleries and having art is a language of peace. It brings people together, especially to me. It gives me peace of mind. It's my passion. After you get a certain into retirement age, you know, they say, well, you know, I don't want to retire because I got nothing to do and blah, 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 blah. But I'm not retired. You know, I still have something to do, and it keeps me out of trouble.
Back home now for our Louisiana Treasures segment. We're focusing on Lake Charles's historic and imposing 1911 City Hall.
This is the 1911 City Hall, which is one of the trophy pieces of architecture in Lake Charles that were built just after the Great Fire of 1910. This was built to replace the old City Hall, which burned to the ground in that Great Fire. And this is also by Favre and Livaudais, those architects from New Orleans that were the trophy architects of the day. Favre and Livaudais designed a building in the Italian Renaissance style, and this is for them, the Italian Renaissance style. The bell tower is the significant part of this great building, and there is actually a clock that runs and is in perfect working order. Those cartouches were actually designed by Favre and Livaudais specifically for this building. They wanted something to make it very nicely dressed up, and it dresses up the building very much. It's a rather plain building with a tiled roof, but the cartouches and the balustrade are really wonderful. The bells chime on certain hours on special occasions. Because they're actually the authentic original bells, we're trying to preserve their life a little longer by not ringing them every single hour. Currently, it's being used as an arts and humanities center. They show exhibitions of traveling art, so it's a great option to enjoy the architecture and then to enjoy the exhibitions inside. There are 26 different exhibitions each year they plan, and we're talking about national shows such as Rembrandt or Picasso. We've seen all sorts of wonderful things in the 1911 City Hall.
We'll close today with a sweet treat, a glimpse inside a family-owned business that focuses on the art of making gelato. Louis Camella says the recipe for gelato should always include top-quality ingredients, a nuanced balance of flavors, and not a little vision.
Making gelato is something that you do with your hands and your mind. The art is in having the taste and having the vision to know what's going to taste good. It's a little bit more than the recipe. It's the artistic approach of the ingredients. Anything is possible. So having that vision of what'll go, I think, is the art of gelato making. My name is Louis Camella. I'm the owner of Italia Ice Cream Company and Italia Gelato. My grandfather, Anthony Camella, also known as Max Camella, he started Italia Ice Cream Company back in 1953. You can taste a bit of his inspiration and artisan approach in what we do here today. Gelazzi is a family business. It's myself, it's my partner Lee. Lee and I have known each other since 1983. We went to school together. She has some very good recipes. We collaborate on a lot of them, and she has an eye for taste. We have something for everybody. We have frozen confections that we make. We have traditional Italian pastries. We have cannoli, we have spugliatelle, we have Italian cookies, and you're going to get a piece of Italian-American culture. gelato. We make it in small batches, and a small batch is probably the equivalent of 2 gallons at a time, 3 pounds. So to be able to keep up with the demand, because we're in a hot climate, you got to make it every day. So there's one discipline. You got to get up at 5. You got to source the ingredients. You got 24 different flavors. So you make a commitment to your product. Pistachio is a great traditional Italian flavor. If the pistachio is green, and I mean like bright green, like a lot of American ice creams, it's not real. We use what's called pistachio puro, pure pistachio. We mash the pistachios, we add sugar, and then we add the dairy. We put it in this machine, we wait 7-8 minutes. This is it. This is what everybody comes here for. We put a piece of what we do, our artistic expression and our passion for gelato, into every scoop that everybody tries. There's all kinds of things people can do in the world, but when you're a gelatieri, or a person that makes gelato, nothing is better than seeing a smile come to somebody's face and go, wow, did you make that? And you're making people happy. You're inspiring them to flavor. You're giving them a taste of something that just brings joy into their day, into their moment. Out of all the things to do, it's just a great business to be in because it brings pleasure to people.
And that is that for this edition of Art Rocks. But don't despair, you can always watch episodes of the show at lpb.org/artrocks. And if you want more, Country Roads magazine is a great resource for making the most of Louisiana's vibrant arts and culture, close to home and all around the state. So until next week, I'm James Fox Smith, and thanks for watching.